So we're here on VDC TV in the Vermont State House with Alya MacManaway, who is a sophomore at Hillsdale College in Michigan. She testified this morning on S-151, specifically about lowering the age of consent to 12 years and older for receiving STD vaccinations. And Alya had some concerns about that. Alya, could you tell us about them?
Sure. So with Senate Bill 151, my concern is particularly with the section involving minor informed consent. My concern with this bill is specifically the section pertaining to minor consent. It was not too long ago that I myself was a minor and would have been directly impacted by this bill. I can say that as a minor, I was in no way ready to make an informed decision about any medical procedure, let alone try to give my informed consent to undergo any medical procedure. I also have some concerns that specifically with vaccination, which is considered a preventative measure for STIs or STDs, if there is harm that results from that, the parents, if they're uninformed, they will be unable to detect early signs of disability or injury that the vaccine could potentially have caused. For individuals who are injured by vaccinations, there's documentation that needs to happen very early on in the injury process. And I have a huge concern that for children who are injured, who may be coerced into taking an HPV vaccine or whatever the medical procedure might be, if injury results and the parent is not prepared to fully document this injury, then we potentially have children who now have disabilities and are unable to receive the help that they need and the compensation that they deserve.
And is there concern also that this could help to kind of cover over potential sex abuse as well?
I think that could be a concern. If so, 12 years old is the age that they are wanting to make the age for consent. My concern is specifically making the consent age 12. If the parent does not need to be informed of any medical procedure that is taking place, then they might not even be the one taking the child to the medical appointment. In Vermont, the legal age of consent is 16. And so if we are saying that 12 years old and older can consent to preventative treatment for STDs and STIs, if the parent is uninformed, how is this child getting to the medical appointment? And I think this opens up potential avenues for predators who may be wanting to take advantage of young children as young as 12 years old. The legal age of consent in Vermont is 16, but even if 12-year-olds are engaging in sexual activities, the likelihood of a 12-year-old passing an STD or an STI onto another 12-year-old is very low. I have some concerns about older individuals wanting to take advantage of 12-year-olds and up. My biggest concern with this section of this bill is that it goes against federal law, a 1986 law, which deals with the informed consent to vaccination. This 1986 Act states that prior to vaccination, the child's parents must be fully informed of any risks, of both the risks and the benefits to the vaccination prior to the event. And if in Vermont we say that a 12-year-old can consent to vaccination, specifically for HPV or any other preventative STI measure, that contradicts federal law, which I see as a huge issue and very concerning to me.